Assalamu alaikum dear students. I hope everyone is fine and I hope everyone is enjoying the weather these days as it has got much better, alhamdulillah. So let's start G. We are working on unit number 9, science and exploration, and it's our lesson number 19 today. And so far we have discussed, we actually had a quick introduction of the unit as well, how what science and exploration means and how it actually influenced the Muslim scientists. And we discussed the role of Al Maimun, then House of Wisdom Library, then Al Karawin University. And let's connect it to today's lesson. Learning objectives for today's lesson are to describe the work of important European scientists on astronomy. So today the exploration that we are going to talk about, the topic that scientists are exploring now is astronomy. So European scientists are working on it. Let's see what they have got for us. All right, G. Topic is astronomy, and first scientist that we are discussing is Lippershey, right? Lippershey in 1608, a spectacle maker in Netherlands called Lippershey looked through two lenses, one in front of the other. This made faraway things look like moon look bigger. This was the first telescope, and if you can see here, this was Lippershey's telescope, right? As you can see, he's putting one lens in front of the other, and he's seeing that faraway object that's in the right side through his eye, from his eye, right? So that's how he created his first telescope, and his name was Lippershey, and it was created in 1608. Then second, again we are working on astronomy, and let's see what else about telescope. Galileo is a scientist again from Europe. The Italian scientist Galileo made a telescope in 1609. He made drawings and wrote about what he saw in the sky. Now, working on Lippershey's telescope, in he made it in 1608, and now in 1609 Galileo made another telescope that maybe with much more, you can say, inventions, or he must have added few things in it. So actually tried to work on the sky, the planets. Everybody knows that astronomy is about earth, planets, moon, stars, sun. How do they work? So how do they move, everything about them. So he started working on that, and he started exploring the sky, he used to draw and write everything he saw there. Before the use of telescope, people thought that the sun moves around the earth. And this is the theory that we have been hearing before, we have been discussing before. We have heard this from a Christian church, and then we read about Copernicus as well, their discussion, and who was right. You better know that, right? So what they are saying over here, again Copernicus का भी जिक्र आ रहा है नीचे, what Galileo what Galileo did about this. Galileo showed people that Copernicus was right, that the earth and other planets orbit around the sun and stars are still, right? He agreed to Copernicus theory. As we discussed, आपको पता है कि when we discussed that topic, हमने उस वक्त भी मैंने आपको बताया था कि you should decide, because it's part of your books as well, and it's very, I must say, very simple concept of astronomy जो कि आपको पता होता है सबको in grade 4. So in science you must be discussing that. So Galileo again, he agreed to Copernicus कि earth and other planets, they move or they orbit around the sun, and stars, they stay still. But let's see again, Christian church, the Christian church still said that all the planets, sun, moon and stars, they move around the earth, which was proven wrong by Copernicus first and then Galileo. अब आपने देखा वही कह रहे हैं कि क्रिश्चियन चर्च जो है, they tried hard to again like again and again they were actually repeating the same concept, which was wrong, and it was proven wrong by Copernicus, and then Galileo did that. But they could not accept कि उनका जो जो वो लोगों को पढ़ा रहे हैं कॉन्सेप्ट या थेरी, दैट इज़ नॉट करेक्ट। तो वो चीज़ को एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर रहे थे। सो इन रिएक्शन, church leaders made Galileo a prisoner in his home for the rest of his life. But Galileo carried on with his work and kept exploring more and more about astronomy. आपने देखा कि dedicated, how much dedicated he was, and he was serious about his work. So even though he was made a prisoner and he was staying in his home for the rest of his life, but still he carried on with his work on astronomy, and he kept on inventing or exploring new and new things. Alrighty, this is about today's topic. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and it was very simple. But here is your homework. Its homework is also very easy. I hope you can attempt that. So it has got two questions. The first question has is to define telescope. Telescope को आपको define करना है simply. तो if you just have to do it in your own words easily, आप उसको बहुत shortly आपको describe करना है, आप समझ लें जी, ठीक है। क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 है जी, state whether the given statement is true or false. क्विकली मैं रीड आउट कर देती हूँ आपके लिए स्टेटमेंट्स भी। द अर्थ एंड अदर प्लैनेट्स मूव अराउंड द अर्थ सन। बहुत सोच समझ के इन चीज़ों को करना है, आपने कंफ्यूज नहीं होना, कहाँ सन है, अर्थ है, मून है, स्टार्स, क्या बात हो रही है, राइट। द स्टार्स ऑर्बिट द अर्थ, ऑर्बिट मीन्स गो अराउंड। लिपर्शी मेड द फर्स्ट टेलीस्कोप इन 1608. Fourth one is Galileo and Christian Church had the same theory about astronomy, मतलब उनका कोई disagreement नहीं था, दोनों सेम चीज़ जो है वो लोगों को बता रहे थे। Looking at sun with or without telescope can harm our eyes. Or here are a few things that you are going to, when you're going to read out those textbook pages that are going to be there with your lesson, then you can easily attempt all these questions, right? So that's it. Thank you very much, and good luck for your homework, everyone.